right, what's up, everybody? This is Jose Trujillo, the world's greatest living artist. What's up? Good day, everyone. Man, look at this hair. I need a haircut already. Do you think?
No.
To keep it super clean, nice and trim?
Your hair's like my hair.
Yeah. My name is Jose Trujillo, guys. I'm an artist. I'm a full-time artist. I feel very grateful for that with life. With God, call it God, I don't know, whatever. I feel very grateful that I'm able to do this, and I've been on a journey, sharing my journey online. I've been sharing my journey online. I've been sharing my journey on social media platforms, where just a handful of people listen to what I got to say. It's usually a few people. By the end of the week, maybe it's, I don't know, a few hundred people that listen to what I have to say. And, but I am very happy to be able to share this nonetheless, even though I don't have a wide reach yet. And I say yet because I am working on that. I'm working on sharing my message more and more. I've been grateful and what's the word? Blessed, I guess is the word, enough to be able to make a full-time living as an artist and to be able to sell my work and get paid for it. And when I mean that, I'm not talking about it as a bragging thing, or no, I acknowledge how difficult it is to earn income as an artist. I acknowledge that. Look, guys, it wasn't easy. It's never easy. But as time went by, I realized how simple it is, though. And the more time that has gone by, the more I realized, man, this has always been in front of my nose. Right? It's always been in front of me. It's so simple, but I complicated it. I made it too complicated. And that's the message that I want to share, right? When I first started out selling my artwork, I started selling about $100,000 of art a year. Then it went to a couple of hundred. Then it went to 400, 5. You get the point. It started growing, right? It started growing. I started getting paid more and more to sell my artwork, and it's been a blessing. That's the only way I can put it. I can't put it any other way. I've been lucky, because I do believe there's an element of luck. I'm not going to pontificate here and say that because I'm so good or because my hustle is so strong. No, I think there's an element of luck. But I think everybody has that element of luck. I think everybody has an angle that they can ride on, right? An angle. My angle was that I went as hard as I could with something that I knew how to go hard. Something that I knew, that I understood. Now I'm sharing with you guys things now where I know, not I imagine, I know where you should go hard on if you want to start monetizing today. And just a few people are actually listening, because again, not because people don't believe me or don't care, but because my audience is still yet very small, right? And so you're catching me when I'm sharing this stuff when almost nobody's doing it, right? I'm sharing this stuff when the audience is so small that you virtually have nothing that's going to resist what I'm talking about. You have no one fighting for the same pie, right? For the same piece of pie. No one is fighting for the same piece of pie because no one is doing it. It's very rare. The artist that is actually doing it, and the artists that are actually doing it, I coach a handful of them. They're not earning that much income yet. They just aren't, right? Some of them are earning a few $1,000s, but not everybody's earning that much income yet. And I believe that the reason why they're not earning that much income yet in their artwork is because they're still a bit afraid of how to move forward, because we're all afraid of losing. You know, we're all afraid of losing. We're all afraid of burning, right? We don't want to burn out. We don't want to burn our name. We don't want to burn bridges. We don't want to put out work that that is not our best work, and we're afraid of burning our brand. We're afraid of burn, right? We don't want to burn the bridge. But let me tell you a little secret. Okay? Here goes a little secret. No one cares. The only person that cares is you. No one cares. Almost all of us have the best possible intentions. The reason it's not working is because we think too much. We spend a lot of time thinking and overthinking. You know how long it took me to actually start hiring people? It took me years before I started hiring people. It was one of the stupidest moves I've ever made. To wait. Not to hire the people. To wait. My idea is, as soon as you start getting a little bit of income, you need to hire as fast as you can. But it took me years to start hiring, to start thinking about help. Now that I look back in hindsight, I was like, well, that was stupid. I should have moved so fast, and I should have hired as many people as possible, and I should have not tried to live a better lifestyle, because that's the very first thing I did. How do I live a better lifestyle? How to have a better car? How do I have a better living space? How do I spend more money on this and all this, dumb stuff, right? And what I should have done looking back is I should have gotten that income right away and allocated it to help. But fear didn't let me. Fear didn't allow me to do that. Art Gallery by Marshall says, "You're helping me as an artist with your inspirational talks." Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So fear is going to hold you back. But the fear is not only about not believing that it's going to work, because that's a great deal of it. You just don't believe in your stuff. That's a great deal of it. And the reason why you don't believe in your stuff, even if you had reasons to believe, you still wouldn't believe, because there's a fear that's always there that doesn't allow you to believe in your own stuff. That's a big one that it's almost never talked about. People are usually talking about fear in the sense of other people, right? I fear others. But the reality is that many times we fear what we're creating. We fear that what we do is not good enough, whether it be the artwork, our presentation, the way we talk, our videos, our social media game. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. For example, I've told people, hey, look, go and engage as much as you can on any of these famous platforms. There's only about 7 famous platforms. Pick one and engage as hard as you can. I would personally pick Instagram, right? But you're welcome to pick any other one. Pick whatever. And go hard as hard as you can. What do I mean as hard as I can? Engage with everyone, right? Go shake a bunch of hands. And do it every day, and do it all day, if you can. Now, most people are like, well, what do I say? See, they start breaking it down into this fear thing of I'm not good enough. Well, what do I say? I don't know. Say that you went grocery shopping today and you thought that your time would have been better off spent in this studio. Oh, what do I say? I don't know. Say that you are in the studio and you don't feel like painting. And does anybody have any ideas of what to do when you feel that way? Oh, okay. What photograph do I put? I don't know. Do you read books? Put a photograph of a book you're reading that's helping you. Do you listen to inspirational material? Put a photograph of my face there, right? If you think that my stuff is inspirational, put my face like that in there. I don't know. It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're engaging with people. That's what matters. That they see that you're a human being. The rest of it is details, guys. The rest of it is going to come out by itself. But we're all so afraid. And we're in a world where everybody's so afraid like Instagram. Everyone's so afraid of the photographs need to look cohesive and this and that. That's so not true, guys. I mean, the influencers really mess with everyone. You know, this whole idea of influencers, the people that are putting those photographs out there, and they look perfect, and they have this perfect little bodies, and they're like, you know, sipping their lattes, and they have this luggage as if they're always traveling, and it's a bunch. First of all, it's a bunch of lies. Number one. Number two, everyone seems to be faking the whole being rich thing, guys. There's only 1% of very wealthy people. How is it that everyone's acting that way? I don't get it. Like we need to start being truthful. We need to start saying the truth. Look, I have a job in the morning. I do this in the morning. When I come back home, I paint and document that. You will have a better chance of connecting with people if you document the truth, as opposed to trying to post something that is not true. You know how many artists won't share their work because it doesn't look like it's hanging on a gallery? It's ridiculous. I see these artists who've never sold anything. I know them personally. Never sold anything, never sell anything. And every time they're going to put a photograph on Facebook or Instagram, they have to put it through one of those ridiculous filters that it looks like it's hanging on a super high-end, expensive place. You know, and they try to make it all realistic, and they're playing with Photoshop, and it's stupid. It's so wrong because it slows you down. You're trying to put a face that you're not. You're better off putting a photograph of the painting in a shitty studio in a garage somewhere, and paint all over the place, and you being real with people and telling them, you know, I don't know if I should frame this or not. Maybe I won't. You know, I don't know. What do you think? Right? You're better off being real with people. You're better off 1,000 times better off being real with people than faking that funk that everybody's trying to do, by the way. Everybody's trying to fake that thing. You know, everybody's trying to show a face they're not. And so I'm not trying to be critical of that or judgmental of that for the sake of it. What I'm saying is that it slows you down. It doesn't benefit you. And then people don't have anything to connect with you. Right? Why would I want to connect with this super wealthy, rich artist who doesn't... I don't have anything to connect with him. Right? All his photographs are that he's in a jet somewhere, and he's, I don't know, flying private and driving Lamborghinis, and I can't connect with that dude. Like, the only thing that I would like his photographs or her photographs would be because I dream of a life like that. You know, oh, that'd be nice. But I don't have any real human connection with that person. And so what I'm suggesting with the vast majority of us is connect with people on a human level. When someone writes something to you, say something back. For example, when someone makes a comment here, I like to read the comments out loud and say something back, right? So that people know that I'm a human being. I'm connecting with people. There's a human aspect to it. That goes a long way. As opposed to, well, I'm not going to show my work unless it looks so pretty and it's my top best work. Man, I'll share anything. I'll share paintings that I'm like, man, this painting really sucked, right? I'll share it, and then someone says, oh my God, I can't wait to buy it. I want to buy it. You know, where can I buy it? Can you show me where? I'm holding my credit card on my hand. They're almost telling me that. And here I am debating whether to show a painting or not, because I don't feel like it's my best work. Look, guys, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And it's almost never up to you to recognize beauty. Almost never up to you. You're almost always wrong. Okay, you're almost always wrong when it comes to what's good and what's bad artwork that you should show, or what's a good photograph or a bad photograph. You're 99% of the time you're wrong. And so knowing that I hope that rather than paralyze you, it gives you wings, like Red Bull. Knowing that you're almost always wrong, then post anything. It doesn't matter. Because it's not what you post or how you post, it's how often you do it. It's how often you do it. Now, if you spam, no one likes that. And then click here, buy it here, right? You're selling, you're spamming. Nobody wants that. Almost nobody falls for that, right? It's very rare. And if it's working, let me give you a piece of advice. It's going to stop working. I've done that. I've tried that. If it's working now, it's going to stop working. You do need to sell, but you have to disproportionately market more than sell. And what I mean by marketing, I'm talking about connecting with people. The new marketing is connecting with people. The new marketing is not, hey, look at my painting. Isn't it nice? Yeah, okay. Well, check it out here. Go visit my website. That's not marketing. That's spamming. That's noise. That's noise. Marketing is what I'm doing here with you guys. This is marketing. Okay? Marketing is showing up and talking about something that I've been through, that possibly you're going through, and hopefully I get to share some of that insight and bring value to your artistic career. That's marketing. Marketing is actually connecting with people on a human level. We're not robots, guys. And another thing is, we're not these big businesses, right? We're not businesses. We're self-employed artists. We're not these huge businesses that allocate millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars on marketing, ads, and whatnot. We're not doing that. We're trying to paint. You know, we're trying to paint, and we wish we could paint more often than once a week or 2 hours at night before we go to bed. We wish we could paint more often. And so we want to do this full time. And if this is what we want, we need to learn how to communicate with people. And the way to communicate with people, I'm suggesting here, is to do it through human connection. Talk about yourself. One of my mentees, a person that I've been coaching, she used to play the violin. I think she still does. Professional violin player. And I suggested to her, this would be perfect. Just absolutely perfect for you to start connecting with people about music. It's got nothing to do with your painting. Don't worry about that. You want to connect with people first. You want to connect with people. Because if you connect with people, they will come and ask you questions about your painting. When you connect with people and they know that you paint because you put a little post, disproportionately connect more, and you put a little post of, here's my website, here are my paintings, right? If you do that, people will buy from you. They just will, because that's your circle. Think about it this way. Look at the Kardashians. Look at the youngest one, the billionaire. What's her name? Kylie Jenner. We don't know her for her lipstick or makeup or whatever she sells. No, we know her from the show. We know her from the show. She connected with people on the show. That's what Kylie Jenner and all the Kardashians, that's what those girls are doing. They're connecting with people. Like it, hate it, whatever, it doesn't matter. People watch it. But they're not saying, buy my stuff. Hey, buy my stuff. Hey, buy my stuff. No, they're connecting with people first, right? And every now and then, very subtle, right? Very subtle, because they have so much connection. They say, hey, look, I'm launching my lipstick, right? Hey, look, I'm launching my book, right? And now these people, because they connected with them, a lot of those people go buy it. So I hope that this is making some sense, guys. This was very difficult for me to understand, and in the early part of my career. Now it's become something that I understand. Now I get it, right? But in the beginning I didn't get it. I wanted to sell. I need to sell paintings. I need to sell. And it got to a point where, yes, but you're not making any connections. And so I'm selling, but I'm always spinning my wheels, right? I'm always trying to sell. I'm spinning my wheels. And then I had to look, and I said, wait a minute. Something off is going on here. Yes, I am selling. Yes, it does work if you're selling, but you're always spinning your wheels, right? You're spinning your wheels all the time. Meaning many times you're not moving anywhere. And so what I realized was, you have a much better chance of making a sale, okay? Of making a sale if people know you. If people don't know you, it's much more difficult. You have a much better chance of making a sale if people know you. People need to know you first. Yes, you do need to know people, but it's more important that people know you if you want to make a sale, right? And so, how do you do that? Well, if you want people to know you, you need to go know people. You have to reverse it. It's the golden rule, guys. If you want people to love you, you have to love people. If you want people to respect you, you have to respect people, right? If you want people in general, right? Not a single case somewhere, which is where people lose this and they don't get it. They said, well, I've been nice to people, but somebody treated me bad. Well, yeah, somebody treated you bad, but did everyone treat you bad? No, not everyone did. One person treated you bad. Okay, that's not everyone. We're talking about the vast majority. If you want people to reciprocate to you, if you want people to listen to what you got to say, then you need to go and interact with those people, and you need to go and bring them value and give them something, right? Talk to them, give them something, give them attention, be part of their community. It baffles me that this is something that I didn't understand. I mean, I should have, could have, would have, right? Gotten this. But most of us don't get it. Most of us want to sell. Most of us want to make it happen. Hey, how do I sell artwork? Almost everybody asks me, how do I sell artwork? I'm like, the easiest way to sell artwork? By far the easiest way to sell artwork. In this world right now, in this modern world, the easiest way to sell artwork is to go and talk to people. Just talk to people. Just communicate with people. Go engage with them. Go shake their hand. Don't give them a business card. Don't go shake their hand and give them a business card. No, shake their hand and give them something that they want, something that they care about. It could be a smile. It could be a note card. It could be a, hey, great painting on Instagram. It doesn't matter. Right? And do that a few hundred times a day. If you can, if you have the bandwidth, do it a few thousand times a day. Whatever you can get done. If you don't have that bandwidth, do it 100 times a day. But don't blame time. Don't blame time, because all of us either have time or money. So don't blame time. Okay? If someone doesn't have time, that means that they have some income. Okay? Most of us, I would say all of us, but I don't know how true that bold statement is. Have time or have money. And if you don't have time, maybe you're working a lot then. So you should have some money. And if you have some money, you need to hire someone to help you. You don't have to hire them full time. You can hire someone for a couple of hours a day to help you. And now there's two of you. Right? Now there's two of you contacting people. Now there's two of you shaking hands. So think about it this way. Some people say, man, it takes me, I want to, but it takes me, I have to take care of this other thing. And I ask them, well, what is that other thing? Like, how much time? Well, it's a couple of hours a day that I have to go do this. And I'm like, could someone else do it? They're like, yeah, I mean, anyone could do it. Well, why don't you hire someone to do it? And they're like, well, I don't know. That way you have those 2 hours for you to engage on Instagram, or for you to, I don't know, engage on Facebook. See, nobody wants to do this. When I talk about this stuff, I lose people like that. I lose them so fast because everybody wants it to be a magic pill, and magic pills don't exist. They just don't. Magic pills don't exist. There's no way that your Instagram is going to grow unless you engage with people. There's no way that you are going to sell more paintings unless you meet more people. People have your money, guys. People have your opportunity. There's no way in hell that you're going to make an extra $1,000 a month selling your artwork unless you open more people that are interacting with your artwork. The more people interact with your artwork and with you, the more chances you have of selling that. It's that simple. It's actually very simple. I'm telling you, it's always in front of my face. Always in front of my face. And for whatever reason, I wasn't ready for it. I don't know. I was not intelligent. I don't know. Put a label, whatever label you want. I didn't know this. It took me years to understand it. It took me years to start hiring people. It took me years to get help. This is a very it's a very simple career. This is a very simple career. It's not complicated. You paint, okay? You engage. You paint, you engage. You paint, you go and you talk to people. Or you get people to come see your work. It's the same. It's engage, you engage. You paint and you connect. It's like weaving. You're just weaving, right? You're just using two things. You're painting, and you're engaging. Painting and engaging. That's all it is. It's not complicated. It is very, very fucking simple. It's just that we make it too complicated. We're complicating it. And so people go throughout their entire careers hoping that it's going to change, but it's not going to change. It's just not, guys. I've tried this. It's not going to change. If it's not working for you right now, it's not going to work later. It's not going to change. The way that it's going to change is if you change your behavior. Your behavior needs to change. I know artists that say, man, all I got to do is just keep at it. And I'm like, well, that's the wrong formula. The guy looked at me, he's like, what do you mean? I was like, dude, if it hasn't been working, don't keep at it. He looks at me with his eyes, this local artist. I was at a show, I was looking at some work, and he told me he was an artist, and he's like, yeah, as long as I keep at it. I'm like, dude, no, that's stupid formula. Like, don't keep at it. If it hasn't been working, why would you want to keep at it? If it hasn't been working, you need to multiply it. You need to change it. You need to grow it. You need to do more. If it hasn't been working, it's not going to work. 10 years later, you're going to be in the same spot. You can't keep at it. You have to do more. Okay? This is what my talk has been about today. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. It's like saying every single day I do 3 sit-ups and I'm going to, I don't know, lose weight, right? I just got to keep at it. And I'm like, no, dude, that's the wrong formula, right? That's the wrong formula. It doesn't matter if 20 years go by. 3 sit-ups a day ain't going to change your body. It's going to be the same thing 10 years later. You're going to look just the same. It's not about keeping at it. It's about doing the maximum, right? Doing the maximum every day. That's what it's about. Look, if you're going the wrong way, you're going the wrong way. You shouldn't keep at it. If you're just making one phone call every day, it's just one phone call every day. If you're saving $1 every day and saying, oh, I'm going to save money, I'm going to save $1 every day, all I got to do is keep at it, it's the wrong formula. It don't matter if 10 years go by, it's the wrong formula. You have to keep evolving, but you have to keep doing more. It's about doing more. No matter where you go, it's about doing more. Starbucks is not Starbucks because they have one coffee shop, right? Sit-ups don't work unless you do hundreds of them, right? Every single day for 365 days of the year, hundreds of them. Otherwise, they don't work. Right? Running doesn't work unless you take many steps, unless you take hundreds of steps, right? Possibly thousands of steps. It doesn't work. Running doesn't work. It's not just about doing something, it's about doing something a lot for it to start working. Painting doesn't work if you just paint every now and then. It's not going to work. No matter how great at it you are, it's not going to work. This is not the medieval times. This is not Jean Vermeer's time where people are like, he only did a handful of works. Yeah, and he also never had money for it, for his career. And why are you comparing yourself to something that happened 400 or 500 years ago? What does that have to do with modern day society? It's got nothing to do with today. Creating artwork like at the speed of what's his name? Warhol probably doesn't cut it today. A lot of the best artists don't live from their artwork. They live from the exhibits they do, from the museum exhibits they do. They're constantly touring museum exhibits all over the world. And they don't live from the exhibits either. They live from the prints they sell in the exhibits or online. Big artists, Kehinde Wiley, big artists, those famous artists, they live from the prints they produce, guys. They don't live from the art they sell. They don't produce that much art. And yeah, they probably, I mean, I'm going to take that back. They probably do live from the art they sell, but because they sell it at millions of dollars. They don't sell it for a couple of dollars, right? They sell it for a few $100,000 or a couple of million. And so, but it's because a lot of people know them. Going back to the same thing, I'm going to go back to where I started. Always go back to where I start. It's the volume. Right? You and I, a couple of thousand people know us. If at most. Kehinde Wiley, a couple of million people know him. Okay? You and I, a couple of thousand. Him, a couple of million people know him. And that's the difference. That's the difference. The more people know you, the better chance you have. That's always going to be the difference between an artist who's getting paid and one who's not. That's always the difference. If you're getting paid for your artwork, I assure you, you have plenty of people knowing you or knowing of you.
If people know your existence, that's good enough, right?
Yeah. All right, guys, I gotta let you go. I'm here in my studio. I gotta get to work. If you guys have any questions or you guys want to find out about coaching, DM me and I'll get back to you. All right, take care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.